Hello guys, Mike here for another episode of Mike's DVD, Blu-rays, and Laserdisc collection. Today's episode, Charlie Chaplin, the great clown prince, the silent funny man. Everyone knows him. He's Charlie Chaplin. And I'm going to start off with some Laserdiscs. The movie in the background, City Lights. The first Laserdisc that I ever got of Charlie Chaplin's. And this is one of my favorite Laserdiscs I have. There's a stereo soundtrack to the soundtrack that we're hearing. It sounds great. And City Lights is one of my favorite movies too. So there's that. Then we have the Gold Rush. These were part of the Chaplin Legacy of Laughter series that 20th Century Fox put out in about 1992. And they did a whole series of them. It took me many years to get all of these. For the longest time I only had City Lights and The Great Dictator. But finally got the rest of these. So the Gold Rush, everyone's probably seen this or know of it. If you've seen the picture, you probably know the Gold Rush. Here's the Limelight, made in 1952. One of the last movies he did. He made one of his last great movies. It also has a small part with Buster Keaton in it. For the first time in history, movie history, they teamed up together, the two greats of silent comedy. And here's the Circus. This is part of the Legacy of Laughter. All of these will be the Legacy of Laughter series. Another one of my favorite Charlie Chaplin movies, The Modern Times. The Kid, 1921, Jackie Coogan. This is a double feature with A Dog's Life, the short. Really nice. This is the first National collection. This is when he was with the first National studio, right before he went independent and formed United Artists. And this has some features on there that he made, some shorts. I mean, 45 minutes, anywhere from 26 to 55 minutes long. So I don't know if you, not really short, but kind of in between a short and a feature. This is actually still sealed. It's never been opened. Monsieur Verdot. Very funny, dark humored movie. And I don't know how this got in here, but this is a Chaplin what do you call it? Robert Downey Jr. as Chaplin. I guess I put that in there. Pretty good, kind of inaccurate, kind of like the Queen movie. The Great Dictator. Awesome. Each one of these are gatefolds, so they got, you know, some writing in there, some storyline. It's got the chapter stops. Very nice. Here's a box set. I have Charlie, the Chaplin Mutuals. This is when he was at the Mutual Studio. Really nice. This was released through Blackhawk Films and Image Entertainment. And finally, with the Laserdisc, The Unknown Chaplin. Really good. This was also made by Kevin Brownlow and Carl Davis with music. This is a great documentary. Kevin Brownlow found a lot of unused film, like unused outtakes and stuff, and It's part documentary, part just treasure chest of things. I highly recommend this. It's on DVD. I watch it a lot. It's really good. I've had this since I was a teenager, probably 14, I think, when I got that. Okay, let's move on to DVDs. First, I'm going to show off some of my Chaplin snap cases. The snap cases were early DVD cases where they made the snap. A lot of people hated these because they would break, you know, nothing really to break. This thing would break, wear out, and wouldn't hold, or those little pegs would break and the disc would get loose and fall out. But these I tracked down later just as a collector to find these just to be completist, I guess. And these are basically copies of the Legacy of Laughter Laserdisc releases. They're basically the same quality. Even all the extras on these are basically the Laserdiscs, basically. These came out in the early 2000s, late 90s, and this one is Modern Times. What I like about these is, you know, they got some different artwork and stuff that you don't really see much of. This is City Lights, same thing, snap case. And again, just like basically a copy of the Laserdiscs. And then I got the Circus and the Great Dictator. There's still some more, I believe. I'm going to track them down to add to my collection eventually. And next up we have the Chaplin collection, which was released through the MK2 editions. Actually, these were the MK2 editions, I'm sorry, are known as. They were released through Warner Brothers. These came out around 2004, 2005, like the mid-2000s, somewhere along in there. I'm going to show these to you. The Gold Rush. This one is a duel, King of New York and A Woman of Paris. Woman of Paris is a silent movie. A King of New York is a talkie made in 1957. It's actually pretty good. It doesn't get a lot of attention, but I actually like it. It's pretty good. Of course, one of my favorites, Modern Times. The excellent City Lights. People say that, you know, Chaplin was very sentimental, very, I don't know, very, he has a lot of heart, a lot of, he tugs at your heartstrings along with making you laugh. Buster Keaton, on the other hand, was basically all about the action and the humor and stuff, so kind of a good little combination there. This was a really good documentary, actually. Charlie, the life and art of Charlie Chaplin. This was directed by the Time magazine critic Richard Schickel. It's really good. The Circus. The Kid. Monsieur Virdo, and The Great Dictator. I'm going to show you on these, each one of these pulled out like a slipcase where it opens up. It's like, these are all trifolds. They're all 2 discs. The difference in these and the other DVDs is these all had extra, like, little miniature documentaries, a lot of extras, bonuses, and stuff on there. Kind of maybe a few things from the Laserdisc and the previous DVD releases, but when these came out, these were really refreshing, really nice. I think the first one I got was The Great Dictator of these. I think I got that first. Next up are two DVDs. This is the DVD version of the Unknown Chaplain documentary that I had on Laser. It's good. And Chaplin, the movie with Robert Downey Jr. in it. I guess that slipped in there too somehow. And finally, we got the Criterion Collection releases of the Charlie Chaplin movies. I think the first one they released was Modern Times. These are all the Blu-rays. These are all Blu-rays, and each one comes with a booklet, the disc, and all the Charlie Chaplin Criterions. They actually basically have everything that's on the Y2, the MK2 editions, all that stuff, and new features, new audio commentaries. A lot of these are 4K transfers, restorations. There's City Lights. And that's The Kid. The Circus. So we got Limelight. It's a pretty cool artwork. Monsieur Verdot. The Great Dictator. And The Gold Rush. This is a Blu-ray. My case came in, I ordered it, and it came in all busted. So I had a spare DVD case, so I put that in it, so it looks like the DVD, but it's really the Blu-ray. And finally, I got two collections here from the BFI Film Institute. These are Region 2, meaning you have to have a all-region Blu-ray player to watch these. These are basically what you get in the UK, Europe. These are the Charlie Chaplin at the Mutual Studios, the Mutual Comedies. And I've watched a lot of these, and very nice. It's got a booklet, 2 discs, and watch going off. And last, Charlie Chaplin, the SNA comedies. And actually, I think I have one more. I have Charlie Chaplin at Keystone. It's somewhere by BFI. I just got that recently. I'm still going through it. So there you have it. There's my Charlie Chaplin collection. As you can see, I got a lot of dual movies. You know, I got 3, 4 copies by different companies over the years, but all of these span about a 30-ish year. That's about 30 years of Charlie Chaplin on home video. There's still a lot of editions out right now on Blu-ray. There's a whole series on, I think they were released in Korea. It's got some really nice, beautiful artwork, or possibly Japanese. There's also Chinese, kind of like bootleg copy editions of the MK2s, which has weird artwork. And there's some more that's been released in Europe and in Italy, and I believe there's some in the UK, basically. So there's a there's a lot of stuff out there still. But I think what I'll you know, if Criterion puts out something, I'll get it, because I'm a lover of Criterion Collection. And maybe if BFI puts out something new, rare, or found in the vaults, I'll grab it. But I probably won't get all the copies out there. But I really love Charlie Chaplin. First movie I ever saw of Charlie Chaplin was probably The Gold Rush, and I saw it at my grandpa's house when I was really young. I barely remember. And I remember watching it. I was a little kid, and it really captivated me. I mean, you know, a silent movie. You know, it was great. And Charlie Chaplin really helped me through hard times, rough times in my life as a teenager, and really got me through, turned me on to film of all types. I saw The Great Dictator one night on the TNT channel. This was probably 1990, 91, probably 1990. Could have been even 89, but it really turned me on to classic movies, like just old movies and black and white movies and stuff. And I'm 13, 14 years old, like really into old movies now, and turned me on to foreign movies and silent movies, of course. And just, I've been a nut for old movies and all kinds of movies since. I've just been great. It's been a great love of mine, is old movies and stuff, and especially the great silent comedy clowns. So through this video series, you'll see more. I got a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of other comedians and stuff of the great eras. So that's about it, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell to get notifications when I make a new video. So until then, guys, Mike, and I'm out.